Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy PieManX12 back at it again with another video. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time we finally talk about Attack on Titan Season 4. Now, before we get into this video, I know it's a little late. I do apologize for that. I've had finals and stuff like that, so I do want to apologize for that, but I felt, you know what? It's a couple days late. I still want to get this out. So let's go with it. So before I start this video, I do just want to, preface by saying Attack on Titan was my very first anime I have ever seen. This goes way back to when it first came out. I was in like middle school at the time, so expectations for season 4 were exceptionally high. And I think we're going to hit that. I think this is going to be one of the greatest seasons we have ever had. Just going to put that out there. So without further ado, let's get into exactly what I thought about this episode. So, at the end of season 3, it was really like prefaced that the future of Attack on Titan was like completely different, and everything that we've known and everything that we should expect for the future is going to be completely different from what we're used to. I didn't know it would be this different. This episode, oh my god, it is so different from anything we have ever seen. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, straight off the bat, it opens up and we're just in like this battlefield. It's some straight out of like World War II, World War I, trench warfare, and we're introduced to all these new characters that we've never ever seen before. So like the very first character that we see, he's just like lying on the battlefield, all this shit is like flying past him. Shit's like going down. And he's like, what the hell is going on? Then all of a sudden he gets rescued, pulled down into a trench, and he seems to have suffered a head injury. But the interesting thing is, he seems to know something about like the ODM gear, because he mentioned something about like taking down titans with swords and like zipping through the sky. And that really stood out to me. Now, what does that mean? I'm not 100% sure, but I can't wait to find out. Anyways, from there we're introduced to like a whole set of new characters, which is another thing. None of the main cast is present other than 2 characters. But we'll get to that in a second. So it's not long before we find out that the people fighting in the war are the Eldians. And that should strike everybody as like a big red flag, because the Eldians were brought up in the season prior as the ones who could turn into the Titans and whatnot. So that like blew my mind. And like as the episode goes on, the new characters that we're introduced to start talking about things like inheriting the powers of the Beast Titan and Armor Titan. These are things I'll get to in a second, but like, does that mean that we could possibly see somebody else inheriting the powers of the Beast and Armor Titan? I don't know. But those are some pretty interesting things to at least think about. So, getting back to the war that's going on, the 2 opposing sides, it seems, are at a stalemate. And one of the new characters, I think her name is Gabby, she ends up coming with this plan. And this is where the action really picks up. So next thing you know, she goes out on the battlefield, like completely stripped down. She looks like she's helpless. And the enemy's just like stunned. So in this last ditch attempt of hers, she ends up blowing up these anti-Titan tanks in order for her troops to advance, but this is also where we end up meeting a brand new Titan known as the Jaw Titan, as well as reintroduced to the Cart Titan, who now has machine guns on his back. Really cool. I really, really like what's going on here. But it gets better. It gets so much better. And this is probably one of the craziest scenes of Attack on Titan, just in general. It then cuts to inside a blimp where we're reintroduced to both Reiner and Zeke, who are much older than they were in the season prior, which leads us to believe that a considerable amount of time has passed since the end of season 3. Which begs the question, what has been going on? What have the characters been up to? What's happened since we last saw everybody? I'm sure that will be answered pretty soon, but I don't know what's going on. From there, we're presented with an absolute wild series of events that starts off with, get this, Zeke and Reiner carpet bombing the opposing side with Titans. Let me repeat that. Carpet bombing with Titans. It is glorious. I never thought I would see something so beautiful in my entire life, but this is This is wild. Shortly after that initial blow, Reiner ends up dropping in as the Armor Titan in order to take out all the anti-Titan personnel so that more Titans can advance and take out the city. And let me tell you, this fight is gorgeous. Now, I've seen a lot of people complain about, how they're now using a lot of CGI. Personally, I don't have like a negative opinion on it. However, it is kind of noticeable, but it's more so for me, more so an observation rather than a complaint. I think it looks beautiful. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. I loved it. I cannot complain. This was beautiful. Then once Reiner takes out all the anti-Titan personnel, then Zeke comes in, transforms into the Beast Titan, and delivers a scene that reminded me so much of that one scene from season 3 where all the scouts were, charging in and he's throwing them boulders. Basically, he picks up missiles and just chucks them at these warships. But the warships fight back. And we end up seeing that Reiner he's hurt. He's hurting after this. Whether he's dead, I don't know. These are weapons specifically made to fight against the Titans, and we see that they work. So Reiner might be dead after this, and we may see a new Armored Titan, but this is strictly speculation. We don't know. But it may just be one of those kids from the beginning of the episode. But yeah, overall, this episode was incredible. This was something completely different from anything we have seen before, but yet it still continued to just blow my expectations out of the water and blow my mind the entire episode. I know this is just one episode, but I truly believe that season 4, if it keeps up this momentum, it might just be the best season of Attack on Titan to date. And I'm not joking. I always said that each season got better and better, and I think that this will continue that trend. 100%. It may be something completely different from what we've seen, but man, is it beautiful. What did you guys think? Feel free to let me know in the comments section down below. And if you like what you enjoyed, please feel free to subscribe. Join my Discord. Follow me on Twitch over at twitch.tv/PiemanX12. Until next time, guys, I hope you guys have been having an absolutely fantastic day. This has been PiemanX12, signing out. Peace.